Hi, I'm making this recording on Monday the 14th of December 2020 and it's just before the solar eclipse. In the Mayan calendar we're here on the very last day, and as you can see this is a black square, which means it's a galactic portal day. We began this cycle up here at the top on another portal day, and this was back on the 30th of March. So today we are completing a 260-day cycle, and what an amazing cycle it has been. If you think back to the 30th of March, this whole process has been in Aries, new beginning energy, and by now I'm sure you'll be well aware of key things about yourself. Just before the solar eclipse, the new moon at 23 degrees Sagittarius is a really, really powerful time. So at the moment we're at 22 degrees, which is a master builder number. And so I'm just going to read you that degree, which is from a website called aquaorfire.net. Blackbirds flying out of a pie. Darkness seeks release by the right vessel at the right time in the right place. You must be able to contain the darkness and to form it into an exquisitely sculpted out, seething chaos, and then discover your willingness and ability to reverse field, to give over the very thing you took as your own. This comes the hard way, by enduring the ravages of living in a volatile chaos, almost as victim, and then seizing command of your own vessel. Until you do it, the darkness leaks out around the edges and fosters the worst all around, usually triggering so much subtle destruction, and indulgence in the negative brings you up short and triggers a final reckoning and the huge release, sending darkness on its way and opening a space for light to flood through and start a new cycle, where the old had seemed to be decadent and established for the duration. So interesting, isn't it, how that really ties in to how we were before March 2020, how our world was, how we were in it, and who would have known what was to come. So interesting for me working with codes and patterns, and at this time last year I did actually buy the board game Pandemic, and the year before that I bought a jigsaw puzzle which was Notre Dame 3D, and of course that set on fire. So one thing that I know about seeing patterns and codes is we are able to access a bigger picture, and the more that we become aware of our own process, the more that we heal what has hurt us in our lifetime, the more we start to become the seer, and the more we start to really appreciate the frameworks that are here at this time to help us during this powerful transition. The Sagittarius 23 degrees, which is coming in at the amazing time of 1616 in the UK, which is key for the 16th Mayan sign, which is Yellow Warrior, so which was also here, the gateway point on the heart path. And day 9 is always a gateway point So Yellow Warrior is the one for this 13-day cycle that we're completing today. So Sagittarius 23, a woman wearing many tiny bells. Methodology, technique, the how of things, immersing yourself in the field of new ideas, fresh approaches, and innovative paths, imaginatively and energetically, exposing yourself to possibilities, visions, ways to evolve. The body's wisdom, musically in touch and in tune, sensing the resonance of cellular awakening, eager and enthusiastic and bright. You have given over to the process, always in midstream, seizing upon opportunities, challenges, openings, needing to know just how it feels at the micro levels. What is it like to be free, to be joyous, to be unrestricted here in the body, in the world? You seek the full-on motivating spark of knowing what it feels like to be tuned out and discovering what it really means to be tuned in all the way. So I will, as always, put the link to that site for your reference if you want to check out more information. So now, just before the eclipse, just tuning in to what we've experienced over this powerful 9-month time. What has that created for us? What has that brought into our awareness? We are actually in Sagittarius Sun, Decan 3 now. And as a match, again, really magical when you string all of these things together. We are actually on step 22 today. So we're approaching the galactic center of 26 degrees. And so again, 22 degrees being a master builder number, the sacred feminine, Mary Magdalene. And we've got the bird of paradise, the Gamma Apus is the star, a fixed star in that constellation. So again, I'll put a link on so you can find more information about that. So for me today, I have been focusing on things, doing things that I love, and cooking being one of those, making things, being in my home at this time of year. It's my midheaven time in terms of my chart, and I'm here with my family and my partner and having a lovely time generally, even though the weather isn't that wonderful today. I love being at home and I love being in my sanctuary at this time of year and really resting, rejuvenating, relaxing, which is what this time of year is all about. And just feeling the peace, counting my blessings, looking back over the year, looking back over many years and the struggle of the journey of the spiritual path and how we're all evolving and how we're all changing in sync with all of these frameworks. So today, Yellow Cosmic Sun is the 20th Mayan sign and the very last one. And so we're looking at cosmic being what needs to shift in order for us to align with the galactic center. And my understanding of working with the Mayan calendar over the last 9 years, I'm in my 10th year now, working every day intuitively and finding out codes, tuning in, researching, looking for information as and when I feel to. This has been such an amazing journey and one that I didn't consciously choose for myself. Yellow Sun, I believe, is about connecting to the galactic center And the more that we clear our human being wounding story, our ancestral wounding, our white dog story, the 10th Mayan sign, the epicenter is white cosmic dog, right in the middle. This has been a huge journey for me around discovering all of these codes and mapping them, not only for myself, but for many people that I've worked with over this time. It is just mind-blowing. It is just amazing how this matrix works. So the planet of yellow sun is Pluto, and Pluto is our shadow. Pluto is our Persephone story. And again, if you Google these terms, if you're not familiar with them, Persephone is where we've had our innocence taken away, our Hades story. Hades is another name for Pluto, where we've lived through hell and back because of what we've experienced around the wounded human being in our circle, in our family line, in our repeating story. My understanding is that we're here now to really heal those stories, and this is so key to Sagittarius. Sagittarius time is about the Akashic record. It's about all of our storyline in this lifetime, in many lifetimes, what brought us to be here at this time. And my understanding of this amazing matrix is that by living it, by uncovering the codes, by healing ourselves, we really start to align with understanding how we've been shaped, how we've been conditioned by our family, by our culture, by our very DNA, which again, as you can see with this pattern here, you can see the DNA pattern in the middle. And this scripted code is very complex, as it would be, because it is all about creating conscious awareness of how this amazing consciousness in our universe creates life. It is all mapped out. It is already written. And the more that we start to really uncover our patterns and our codes and map our own personal blueprints for life, the more that we really start to understand this on a much deeper level. So tomorrow we begin a brand new 260-day cycle in Sagittarius, in the energy of the Akashic record. And at the time that I have checked for the heart meridian, which is between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m, we have got the moon in Capricorn, and it's out of bounds at 4 degrees. So I'm just going to read you that degree. Now, out of bounds means there's no limits. We're not tied to it. We can really work with this amazing energy in whatever way we choose around healing the patriarchy. Footprints in the snow. You are following your own footsteps. In the last previous lifetime, you set into motion a very full karmic momentum, which only got to midstream. This time, you first recapitulate the previous patterns and then set out where they lead. All of it, every step, feels fated, inevitable. It's an uncannily strong inward impression. Yet in order to permit the soul of this lifetime some measure of autonomy and freedom, this knowledge is held in the superconscious mind, and you can then cast about as though nothing had happened before, except that the inward instincts direct you in a predetermined course and the lessons and the scenes are so very familiar. When individual karma is this strong, the truth is that you must go through what you have set yourself to take on, and inwardly you know it, whilst outwardly you tread lightly, whistling in the dark, hoping that heavy feeling does not mean what you know it means, for better and for worse. So for me, this time is about coming into super conscious awareness, knowing what we've come here for at this time and how we're here to get clear as a human being, to really understand our patterns, to really understand our ancestral wounding in our family and what we've come to clear, so we can begin again. We can go into a totally different space on the inside, and we can connect to the galactic center more and more every day and align with those codes and that consciousness that's coming through. And my understanding and my personal journey has been that we do this through healing. We heal the amygdala, and I use emotional freedom technique to do that and share how to do that with other people who are willing to do what it takes to look at their own stuff, to be very aware of what that stuff is, and to heal it. And then to come into our emotional center and to be free of the story. I've been doing the emotional healing work for 13 years now. I've been a student of psychology for 25 years. And my area of speciality, if you will, is pathology. It is about what goes wrong, what hurts, what wounds, and how to heal it. And so this is the shadow work. This is what the shadow is all about. For me, inner work is about being a person who works on themselves on a daily basis, and in a very practical way, using a tried and tested methodology that really gives amazing, powerful results. And primarily that is to be able to see the grace and beauty of life in all aspects, everything that is happening, and to be able to work with our emotions and really to become free of being bound by old mindsets and old ways of being that are no longer serving us, so that we can become limitless and have the most amazing adventure at this time, even though it is really challenging, the things that are happening. So for the next 260-day cycle, I've put together a program which will take people through each 52-day process and how to work with conscious intent, how to make sense of the Mayan calendar. You don't need to have worked with it for 9 years like me. You don't need to know astrology. You don't need to know cosmology. You don't need to know how to do emotional freedom technique in the beginning. This course is going to give you exact dates to work with so that you can set intentions. You can know what's happening in terms of the cosmology and the powerful astrology every 52 days. And it will take you through each 13-day process of awakening, then refining, transforming, and seeing what is manifest. So it will be in plain language, and it will be there for you to use as a tool on a one-to-one basis. And also included in this, as well as the information, there will be a one-to-one Zoom session with me, helping you to focus on what is seeking transformation, so that we can use this Sagittarius gateway. We can use this amazing time to rewire our internal world, heal our hearts by setting it on fire and really understanding the passion of being the starseed with a mission at this time to heal ourselves and, in doing so, change the world. This program is going to be for a small group of people due to the depth of it. It's £52 for the 52 days, so that's £1 a day. And you can take part in one or all of the 52 days as and when you choose, as and when you're feeling to. There are also other things that you can add on to widen your experience and understanding of your own personal codes. Again, as and when you choose, it's very flexible. As I say, the numbers are limited because of the depth of the work. So if you would like to know more information and you would like to take part in the first 52 days, which begins tomorrow, the process begins tomorrow. However, you can enroll in the first 13 days at any point. Please do get in touch with me to know more. This is going to be such a magical journey. My website is flowwithjo.com and more info will be appearing there very soon. So I hope you have an amazing day today and that you will be experiencing revelations around your personal life and your personal story. Season's greetings to you all and lots of love. See you soon. Bye for now.